Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to this quick look at the Alienware 17R4 as well as the Alienware Vindicator 2.0 backpack, which you can see I'm wearing now. Now, I'll admit I'm out of shape and it is a little heavy, so if someone were to give me a good shove, I'd probably end up like a turtle on my back. But, you know, I sit at a computer all day. But other than that, it is pretty comfortable. So before we unpack this thing, I'll show you a quick unboxing and comparison with some of the other laptops I have, as the objectives are different. And what I mean by that is I've never had a high-end gaming machine. I've had, as you can see here, these are my current laptops, and I've had the original Surface Pro that served me for many years. I still use it today. But lately, as how busy as I've been, I only have one main desktop that I use for gaming and video editing. And I was thinking, if I was able to find a laptop that I can do video editing as the primary thing, so I can do recordings, edit multiple HD videos, that would be ideal. But the main thing is I wanted a good graphics card and machine to at least come close to what my desktop machine can do. So with the Alienware 17, as you can see, it has the Kaby Lake 7820 HK, 32 gigs of RAM, and 1440p and 120 Hertz. My main desktop is pretty much the same thing. I have an overclocked GTX EVGA SC 1080 and with 32 gigs of RAM and a 27-inch 1440p Dell monitor with 120 Hertz. So this was really close, and I thought maybe this would at least come close to the performance that I get on my main desktop, which is also a Skylake, by the way, 6700K. And as you can see, the Alienware is much larger. I just took this picture to show you what they look like with the lids up. And in this picture, I just wanted to show you the difference when you have the touchscreen. It's definitely a lot more shiny, a lot of reflection on there, whereas the Alienware doesn't. So this will do a lot better in bright lighting as well. Now, as far as the unboxing itself, as you can see, it comes in a big black box. Just flips open, and you can see there's a lot of padding on the inside. And then behind here is the power cube, which is rather large. So you got the main power base here and the power cord for it. And I thought it looked familiar when I saw that when I took it out, and so sure enough, I digged up my old Pentium 4 Dell, and the power cube's about the same size. Now here we have the main laptop itself, and it's almost 10 pounds. So it's not the lightest thing in the world, but it's not too bad. Got the front end speakers. And then on the side you have the USB-C, A, and headset and jacks. Another USB type A. And on the back you've got your Ethernet mini DisplayPort, HDMI, USB-C with Thunderbolt, and the graphics adapter. And of course the manual. And then this is just an information card that talks about Alienware as a Dell company. And of course the best part is peeling off the cellophane plastic. Anyone that's into tech, this is probably the most favorite part, no matter what the device is. Get that crisp, clean feel. And again, here's the main system with the keys, and the screen again not having that reflective finish, so it does a lot better in bright light conditions. Alright, so now as far as the backpack and all the components, if I take this off, you can get a kind of an idea of how thick it is, just for a comparison from my other laptop. This one's pretty packed as well. Let me put these two next to each other. So here you can see the size difference. This one actually even has a full-size Microsoft keyboard in it too. So in addition to the laptop, it's got quite a bit of stuff in it. Set this over here. But so again, just as a comparison, this is the Vindicator 2.0. There's other videos that show all the different compartments on YouTube, so what I just want to show is a practical example of how I would use it. Can it carry the things that I would have taken anywhere remotely. So obviously the first thing is the laptop. So, and actually I will set this down here, and I'll use 2 camera angles on this, both at 1080p 60 frames a second. Reason why I mention that is because I plan on doing all the editing 100% on this laptop, because again, my main objective is I want to be able to edit videos in a portable fashion. So to begin, we'll pull out the, open the bag a little more here, and we'll pull out the Alienware laptop itself. All right, had to readjust the sheet a little bit, and that's all I have in this main compartment here. There is this little flap here. I could put my iPad in there if I wanted to. All right, so in the next compartment, open this up, and, well, Xbox One controller, and we have the Oculus Rift headset. Set that over here. We have a Rift single sensor. We have a gaming mouse pad. Set that over here. In this zipper panel, oh, I don't have anything in there. I thought I did. Now down here at the bottom, they have this this pouch that contains the power adapter. So this just fits at the very bottom of this compartment, which is actually pretty nice. So we got our power cube and everything. Set that over here as well. And then on this outside compartment, I have a USB hard drive. I've got a gaming mouse. On this back zipper pouch, I have the gaming mouse charge station with the LED base. So set that over here. And then this is an Anker USB-C. So there's 4 USB 3.0 type Bs to the C. Because that was the only other thing, is I have this doesn't come with a card reader, and it has 2 USB B 3.0 ports, and then it has 2 USB-C ports. So I use this one just to extend the number of USB ports, especially if you're doing VR. And I don't use this headphone thing. I just use it to store the Oculus Rift earbuds. I've got the over the ear on there right now, but these are noise canceling, so if you can just switch them out however you want. So basically, here's everything that I had in there. So you can see there's a decent amount of stuff for one backpack. And I guess the only other really thing I can think of to show you on here is it has this hidden water bottle compartment, so you can actually pull out this mesh lining here. And stick a water bottle in there. So, as you can see, it's kind of cool because the outside matches the outside of your laptop too. Now here's an example of what it looks like in low light. The only thing I've customized on it was the keyboard and the sides to be solid blue. I haven't done anything with the mouse pad, the mouse, or the charge station, which is actually what this just did an update when I turned it on. So basically I have it set up with the alien head to be red when it's on battery only, and then blue when it's plugged in. So one of the next things I'll do is I'm going to try to play a VR game online with 3 cameras, and I'm going to use a mini DisplayPort adapter to HDMI to go into my desktop for a capture card. So the laptop will be using 2 screens. and doing online VR gameplay, and we'll see if it works. Now before I do that, I thought I would do a quick test on showing you the internal speakers at full volume. And this is just direct from my camera, and I have a lot of ambient noise with my servers and switches as it is, so this is what gameplay sounds like with the laptop speakers at full volume.
I'm afraid your path ends here. Supreme victory!
So after those two games, you can see the keyboard at the hottest point is about 110 degrees Fahrenheit around the numerical and F keys in the center by the Alien power head. And I accidentally stopped the recording, but on the back right vent from this point of view, the temperature read 125 degrees, and the left rear vent read 10 degrees hotter at around 135 degrees. So coming up is the Oculus Rift Ripcoil online multiplayer test with the 3-camera setup.
Nice combo. I can't believe that banking! Perfect aim! Beautiful bank shot! Combo goes up! Great match, now dance!
Alright, and up next we have the HTC Vive raw data online co-op multiplayer gameplay and all graphics set to epic. Now my secondary camera the battery did die, but you'll see the full footage here.
Oh my. Whatever this is about, I'm sure that everything will be fine. Whatever this is about, I'm sure that everything will be fine. We have excellent security. Oh my gosh.
Almost there.
You'll be very safe.
Perfect. Got your weapon. Damn, hold on. Nice shot.
Activating auxiliary countermeasures.
Hold out for as long as you can. Very nice.
That was traumatic. It appears that they are trying to kill you. This is terribly embarrassing.
Aren't those... I'm picking something up on my scanner. Do you see anything?
Oh, no. This cannot be happening.
What is that? Look out! Looks like it can give you a few seconds by forcing a reboot.
I'm awfully sorry about this.
Intruder alert. Factory operation successfully aborted.
My God, they have blades! Efficient!
Activating emergency lockdown.
I'm locked out! Getting smarter! You can do this! Ugh.
Better than this place. Job market's a little scary right now for AI, though. I have this friend who left his job without having another lined up. Now he's stuck, you know? Because no one wants to hire you if you're unemployed, right?
For peace of mind, choose Eden Fuel. Initiating facility purge procedure. Initiating facility meltdown.
Watch your back.
Voluntary facility meltdown initiated.
All right. Mission successful. Look at this data. The power is in our hands.
Thank you for visiting EdenCorp. If you have any follow-up questions, please do not hesitate to contact our Investor Relations Department.
Alright, so now I'll go over some of the 3DMark and VRMark in particular, comparing the Alienware laptop with my primary desktop. And I use my desktop in two different configurations. One, using this EVGA overclocked 1700 base GTX 1080. And then also with the Titan X Pascal, not the XP, just the Titan X Pascal architecture, the original, the first Pascal architecture Titan X, if that makes sense. NVIDIA and their naming, I tell you. Alright, so first up on the VRMark Orange Room benchmark, on the left here is the Alienware, so you can see this is, it beat my desktop. It has the i7-7820HK, it's not overclocked, it's at the base 2.9 gigahertz, and my desktop is the i6700K, not overclocked at the base 4 gigahertz. And then this is my desktop, same desktop, but with the Titan Pascal instead of the 1080. And you can see here, this is the 1080 notebook. And going on to the scores, you can see that the laptop beat my desktop, and by putting in the Titan, it gave it a decent boost. But still, that was one of the things, is I wanted something that would compete with my desktop in a portable fashion, and definitely did that in this. Now I'm not going to show all these other hardware specifics because they're the same on every test, but just to show you the differences here, you can see we have the 15 or the 1.5 gigahertz base clock on the notebook, the overclocked 17 or 1.7 gigahertz on the GTX 1080, and then the base 1.4 gigahertz on the Titan X Pascal, and of course the processors. And finally, under general, have the operating system, the motherboards, they all have 32 gigs of RAM, and these are the boot drives, so that even though they're both solid state, the laptop has those NVMEs that look like little memory card that are in there, whereas the SanDisk is more of a 2.5 inch solid state. But that's just the boot drive. On both of these I was using 7200 RPM disk drives, so that could have been a bottleneck for some things, but those are the specs of what I'm comparing here. And then comparing the VR Blue Room benchmark, you can see that the laptop got 2189, whereas my desktop got 1962 with the overclocked GTX 1080, and 2929 with the Titan X. The laptop have an average of 47.72 frames per second, whereas my desktop had 42, and the Titan had 63. Now apparently I forgot to run the test with my GTX 1080, but this is just the 6473 with the laptop and 7694 with my desktop with the Titan X. And with CloudGate, I didn't actually do a comparison just because those were designed more for laptops and I was just curious more than anything, but it got a 26,658 for its score. Now this one, I'm not 100% sure exactly how accurate it is, but this is from my desktop, running at 1440p, all settings on Ultra, and you can see I'm using the Titan X Pascal, but look at the frame rate, 59.7, 59.9, CPU frame rate 224, 201, 100% GPU bound. However, my Alienware laptop, using the exact same settings and all Ultra 1440p, it's getting 87.7, 89.4 averages. So obviously it outperformed my desktop even with the Titan X Pascal. And by all means, I'm not an expert, I don't know how these numbers work, and potentially there could be something that was influencing those numbers. But I can tell you from a user experience, I definitely did not notice a difference between the desktop or the laptop when it came to either playing virtual reality games, using high-end graphic games, maxed out settings. They both worked really well. So as far as if this laptop can come close and have a desktop-like experience in a laptop format, it most certainly does. Now the laptop screen does have the G-Sync with 120 Hz. My main primary desktop has G-Sync with 144 megahertz, which I can't visually see the difference between those two. They're both buttery smooth and look really good. So for my initial impressions / review summary as not a non-professional, just as a consumer, definitely it lives up to being a powerful desktop experience in a portable package. Now it's not as portable as you'd probably want it, like if you're laying in bed and have it on your lap, probably not. But you know, if you're sitting in a chair or couch or something, that would be fine, as well as a desk. And having that processing power to edit videos, which is my main reason for purchasing it, but then also be able to play all the current high-end games and virtual reality with both HTC Vive and Oculus Rift, with it completely smooth, no problems, works just like my primary desktop. So you have a semi-portable VR unit in a way. And the mini DisplayPort and HDMI built in is definitely nice. And the 17.3 inch screen with the G-Sync looks excellent. It's buttery smooth, it's very crisp, get a ton of details, and that 120 refresh rate just makes a huge difference. All the games that are 60 frames per second or higher just look awesome. And again, this is my first gaming laptop or high performance laptop I've ever owned, so I've never actually had one that performed, that I could actually say performs like a desktop. This one certainly does. But it comes at a cost, which brings me to the number one con, is the cost. Because not only is it an initial investment now, I'm already, with the solid state drive, I'm already halfway through it, and the storage drive, I'm already halfway through it, and I don't even have a fraction of the games downloaded. So unless, right now, unless I want to vend, hundreds or thousands of dollars more on top of the base price now, which there's no way of that I can't justify. So unless you really have the money to do that, the return on investment is pretty low, because you're paying a lot now to get a desktop experience, but that's going to be obsolete in a relatively short amount of time, and it's much harder to upgrade the laptops than it is the desktops. So, and there's a lot of things on there I didn't cover, like the Tobii eye tracking and facial recognition, which all work really well. But at the end of the day, if I could get the laptop at a lower cost by having those features removed, that I certainly would do. Because my thing is I wanted the gaming specs and the nice screen for video editing and VR. So you just have to, weigh yourself based on what you can afford. Just keep in mind that you're probably going to have to invest more into it as far as upgrading drives. Like I say, some of it's common sense, but just kind of my opinion. Now, it does have a lot of cool LEDs that you can, change RGB LEDs, where you can change, the keys, the logo, the side LED, accent lighting, but it is a fingerprint magnet like no other. It looks like a bottom of a pizza box a lot of times. I'll wash my hands, and it doesn't take long. You just, even a little bit of perspiration, it stays there. It looks like it has a matte finish, so I was thinking, well, that's nice, because just at the top where the cameras are, it's shiny, where if you touch around there, it would really show up. But no, it's all the mouse, trackpad, the keys, and the whole base. You rest your arms on there, you'll have arm prints left in there. So I'm constantly wiping that thing down. I've never seen a laptop that can absorb so much oil or whatever it is, because I look at that and I'm like, did that come from me? I was like, that's pretty nasty. So and if you want to show someone your cool laptop, it's like cool in the dark, but when you turn on the lights, it's like, ugh, so you definitely want to be sure to keep that wiped down after every use, literally. And then the only other thing for me was, since all the current technology, even though everything's moving toward USB-C, looking at the Oculus Rift, for example, you need free USB right off the bat, just for a 2-camera setup. and I was testing with 3. So I had to use that USB-C to USB Type A adapter to be able to get all the devices plugged in. And it would be nice to have that natively and a card reader for doing video. You know, there's other laptops that do have that, but for this one, I've been happy with the performance so far. Now I have had some minor issues, like with the left USB Type A being a little bit finicky, like to the point where if like a fruit fly were to land on it, it will lose the detection and then come back. I've noticed that when I have USB hard drives in there, or even one of the Oculus Rift camera, like it'll lose it and then it'll come back. So something might be shorted out there. And I did have some issues when I was using the HDMI out and DisplayPort out, where the screen would go black and I couldn't get it back without resetting it. That's happened a couple of times. And then even one time while I was editing this video with the preview on the external display, went black and then it went to a blue screen. I took a picture of that and I opened a Dell case just to do some diagnostics, because then when I initially did the diagnostic, it got the blue screen again, but then now I haven't been able to duplicate it, and I've been playing like Gears of War 4, Forza 5, like playing a bunch of graphics, high intensive graphic games. I can't reproduce it. So I don't know what that was about, but they'll be calling me tomorrow. We set up and we'll do some shooting trouble with that, and I'll if anything significant comes up, I'll make an updated video. But other than that, it's been really good. That's all I have for this video. So as always, thank you for watching, and I have some links to the descriptions of some of the items if you want to support this channel or at least check it out. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.